The Tata Nexon is like an A-list celebrity. There are many people who love this car and there are others who dislike it. But after spending nearly 3 months with our long-term Nexon, I have kind of understood why. Now, over these last 3 months, I have used this as my primary mode of transportation, be it going to the office, running small errands, or getting out on weekend getaways. And I have completed nearly 3,000 kilometers with this particular car. And I have summarized my entire experience into 3 things that I totally love about the Tata Nexon and 3 things that make me do not want to consider it as my purchase. But before I do that, why don't you subscribe to Car and Bike if you're new to the channel, and while you're at it, hit that bell notification as well so you never miss an update from us.
Let us get the specifics out of the way. The model with me is the range-topping Fearless S Plus variant of the Nexon, and this one is powered by a 1.2-liter turbocharged petrol engine mated to a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission.
The Nexon is feature-loaded and there are no two ways about it. Even the base trim gets you full LED lighting, including a connected LED tail lamp. You get 16-inch steel wheels with full wheel covers, multiple driving modes, a tilt-adjustable steering wheel, and anti-glare IRBMs. However, go up the variant ladder and you get better features like bifunctional projector LED headlamps, you get LED DRLs, you also get 16-inch alloy wheels, a touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Auto AC, and voice-assisted sunroof as well.
The top-end Fearless variant additionally offers ventilated front seats, leatherette upholstery, a bigger 10.25-inch touchscreen, IRA connected car tech, and a very sweet JLB surround sound system, which I think is the best in this class.
Tata Motors has kind of been a poster child for car safety in India. It all started with the Nexon because it was the first made in India mass market vehicle to score a 5-star rating in the global NCAP crash test, and that has been its biggest USP, safety. The car feels solid and robust. The doors are nice and heavy and gives you the feeling that you are in a solid, safe car, and that is kind of important. Even in terms of features, it is well equipped. You get 6 airbags, ABS with EBD, electronic stability control, ISOFIX child seat mounts, rear parking sensors, and hill hold control, all as standard.
In addition to standard features, the higher spectrums also get a much longer list of safety features.
Now, if you ask me what is my favorite bit about the Nexon, it has to be the dynamics, because the ride quality on this car is amazing. The suspension has been tuned perfectly to handle the urban terrains of India, and it handles all the bumps, the potholes, and the rough patches that cities like Mumbai and Delhi throw at you with great ease. Yes, the ride quality is a bit on the softer side, but that has been done taking comfort into account. So yes, ride comfort is the big highlight. But that's not it. The Nexon also handles really well. The straight line stability is really good, and even when you're taking a corner a bit too aggressively, the car feels composed. The steering has a nice heft to it, and it reacts well to directional inputs. However, I wish the feedback would have been slightly better. Now, coming to the bits I don't like, on top of that list has to be the transmission, particularly this dual clutch automatic or DCA unit, because there is a noticeable lag in the shifts, especially in the lower revs, and even sometimes the shifts are a bit jerky, and that spoils your driving experience. Also, on several occasions, the transmission unit over here has given me malfunction errors on the instrument cluster. Now, coming to the other options, then you have the 5-speed manual with the base trim of the Nexon, and as you go up the variant ladder, you get also a 6-speed manual and an AMT option as well. And while in the past I have talked about how crude the manual variants of the Nexon feel, the AMT also is not that great. So overall, the one area where the driving experience of the Nexon suffers is because of its transmission choices.
I am also not a big fan of the electronic shifter lever. I have noticed on one too many occasions several misses while shifting from drive to reverse and back. This can particularly become an issue when you are trying to maneuver the car in tight parking lot or stop and go traffic.
Now, it is not just the Nexon, but Tata cars in general are quite notorious for issues with its electricals and electronics. Now, there have been cases where one of the DRLs stops working for some time, and then Also, there are sensors that pops up giving you some warnings on the instrument cluster, even though there might not be any major issue with the car. And while I have not faced this particular issue in this Nexon, but I have seen cases where this infotainment system suddenly hangs and throws some glitches, stops working, and you have to restart the car to get it back in order. And these things stick out like a sore thumb and spoil your ownership experience. Now, another issue that I have with the Nexon is how the cabin has been designed, the layout itself, and how the space is managed here. And I have to say, it is not that great because as you can see, the seat cushionings are nice. Of course, you get ventilated seats and all. However, the backrest itself is quite small. And now I am 5 feet 9 inches tall, and someone of even a lower height or a smaller stature will face this problem. The backrest is small and doesn't cover your shoulder. So on long drives, that could be an issue. Secondly, there are no cubby holes or storage spaces. Yes, in the lower variants here, you get set of cup holders, but that goes missing because in the top spec variant you get a wireless phone charger, so that goes away. And even this space is not very usable. Even in the older Nexons, that was an issue. And here you also have the USB port, so even accessing them is a challenge, and that still continues here. Also, you do not get enough space inside the door pockets either. These are too narrow. Maybe you can fit in a 1 liter bottle, but that's about it. It is not that well thought of, and that could be something that Tata could have worked upon when it was updating the Nexon last year. Now, whenever someone asks me to suggest them a vehicle under rupees 15 lakhs, I'm instantly reminded of the Tata Nexon. It is great to drive, it comes with some segment best features, and while looks are subjective, I think that this particular vehicle is the best looking version of the Nexon so far. However, soon I am reminded of those bad things, like the issues with its electronics or the not so great transmission choices, and those make me think twice before suggesting this car. Now, can this opinion change? Well, most definitely, because the issues with reliability is not common across all Nexons, because I have come across owners who have hardly faced this issue with their particular car. So it is a matter of just paying a little bit more attention to quality at production level, and I think Tata Motors can definitely do that and improve the ownership experience of future Nexon owners. Because from where I stand today, the Nexon has the potential to be a near perfect vehicle in the 15 lakh rupees segment. And if you don't think that some of the negatives that I mentioned earlier will be a deal breaker for you, you can definitely consider this as your next purchase. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow friends and enthusiasts. And for more such videos, keep following Car and Bike.